We are back. A few years ago, probably not more than a couple, Roberta Flack was relatively unknown, and then came the first time I ever saw your face and Killing Me Softly, and she achieved international prominence. She is really a superb singer, and she'll be at the Universal Amphitheater in Los Angeles from July 16th through the 22nd. But tonight she's right here, and she's going to sing the title song from her forthcoming album. Would you welcome, please, Roberta Flack.
Strumming my bass with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I heard he sang a good song, I heard he had a style, and so I came to see him to listen for a while. And there he was, this young boy, a stranger to my eyes, strumming my bass with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. I felt all flushed with fever, embarrassed by the crowd. I felt he found my letters and read each one out loud. I prayed that he would finish, but he just kept right on, strumming my bass with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. He sang as if he knew me in all my dark despair, and then he looked right through me as if I wasn't there, and he just kept on singing, singing clear and strong, strumming my bass with his fingers, singing my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song. Oh, la 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 la, la la, strumming my bass. Yeah, he was singing my life, and killing me softly with his song, killing me softly with his song, telling my whole life with his words, killing me softly with his song.
Boy, you are great to listen to.
Oh, thank you, Johnny.
You are, and that's a lovely song.
Yes, it is. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Let me take a break here, then we'll come back and then talk a little while. We'll be right back after this word from one of our sponsors. We are back now. Hey, I did not know, and a lot of times when we have singers on the show, you find that some of them have a great musical background, classical music. Others have never taken a lesson. So you have a classical musical background, don't you?
I studied piano seriously for about 22 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be the first little short, chunky black concert pianist, female.
Yeah.
I really had visions of doing that.
Did you want to start, or did your folks, like most folks,
No,
say,
I
hey,
wanted to
we're
start.
going to take piano lessons now?
No, I wanted to start. I started playing the piano. Actually, I started playing the organ, the church organ, pipe
Right.
organ, when my mother was the organist for a church in Black Mountain, North Carolina. And I
Yeah.
was about 4, and I'd go up and I started playing the organ. And then when I was about 5, I started working on the piano, and at 9, I started my first formal lessons. So I've been at it a long time, you know.
But that's a great background for
It is,
popular music.
It
a lot of
really
people don't
is.
realize that.
It
but I
is,
think
and it's
Dave
almost-
Brubeck and lots of pop musicians or
Right.
jazz musicians have that classical background.
Right. And it's, I think, of the two things, you know, to have it or not to have it, it's far better to have it because it enables you to stretch out and to go into so many other areas. There was a time, as Doc could tell you, when people used to think that classical musicians couldn't play popular music, you know, but it's, of course, no longer true.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the young kids start today
Yeah.
sometimes misinterpret that, and they think they're just picking up a guitar and sitting around and, you know, you go to a certain level, and that's as far as you go without that background behind
Yeah,
it, right?
well, there's a difference, Johnny. The difference is in being a musician and being a performer. To be a musician, it is necessary to study. I mean, anybody, and to practice, of course. But to be a performer, it's not. You can go to a dime store and buy a guitar, go down in the basement, and woodshed, as we call it, and come up, write a tune, and make $3 million overnight. You know, so that's it's kind of hard.
How do you do that again? Just into the basement? And that's what I want to do, down to the basement with a guitar and make those $3 million.
Listen, that's the way it happens.
It does,
really does.
occasionally.
Yeah, it does. And it's sort of unfair in one sense, you know, when you practice so long and you spend. I think I spent, the last time I took a formal piano lesson, I paid $60 for a half hour. And I missed 10 minutes, so I got 20 minutes for the $60, you know.
It's increased, hasn't it?
Oh, it has increased. There's no more 50-cent lessons.
I remember that. That's exactly when I was taking lessons, about 8 years old. It was 50 cents. You'd go for the whole hour.
Yeah.
And
And they
you're-
make you stay there for the whole hour. Now, if you're a half hour late, you get half hour for whatever it is.
You just did a television special, and some of the reviewers said it wasn't the real Roberta Flack. What do they mean by that? And
I don't know what they mean by that. I don't think anybody knows, you know, the real Roberta Flack any better than I do. And one of the things that was important to me on this particular show, because it was my first one, was the fact that I had a lot of say-so about the creative direction of the show. And in essence, I was the musical director. They didn't list it on the show, but I had everything to say about the selection of music, the way it was programmed, and that sort of thing. So it was my special, and I loved it to death. I thought it was great.
Well, maybe they were seeing a side of you that they didn't know existed.
Yeah.
Which could
They
be
probably
true.
didn't know I could just stand there and do it for a half hour.
You have you have an interesting thing you want to do that you want to accomplish, right, with your act, and
Yeah. What are you talking about?
about the African situation.
Yeah. Well, that is interesting. That doesn't have anything specifically to do with my act.
Right.
It's just that I am interested in these particular countries. There's 6 of them in Central Africa, East Africa, Mali, Niger, Senegal, Upper Volta, and Mauritania, and one other one. And as you probably know, there's this great famine going on there. And ironically, and this is really true, about 3 months before the famine hit, someone in an organization called Africare approached me about being a member of the board of directors and about doing something. So we got together with some other musicians, Stevie Wonder and a couple of other groups, and we just put together a show, a tour that we're going to take over in February. But the interesting thing about it is that the program that we're involved in is a preventive one, and had we been able to get it going a little sooner, perhaps we could have stopped that terrible thing. The famine has affected a group of about 30 million people, and they expect 10 million people to die by September 1st.
It's incredible, and
It's
we're so
incredible.
removed
And it's not a
from it.
political disaster. It's a natural disaster. These people don't have water. They don't have wells. They need one well, whatever the depth of a well is. They need that kind of well to take care of the water needs for a village of, let's say, 150 to 200 people. And people travel 50 and 60 miles, walk 50 and 60 miles to get 2 buckets of water. And it's a very tragic thing, you know, and it's been going on for years. So we are involved in trying to get it together and doing something for them.
There was a special on television the other night about Mauritania, and they said it's incredible. It's like a cycle that happens, something like once every 30 years, and it's upon them, and sometimes it's too little, too late.
Right. Well, I
really
think
bail
one of the
people
reasons
out.
why I'm interested is because I feel that at this point in my career, I am one of those fortunate black entertainers in our country who can go out and reach other black people and make them contribute to eliminating this sort of thing. And I think they want to. Everybody wants to be a part of that.
Right.
So it was my brainstorm. I'm very proud of it, and we're following through with it. We've got some money for it, and they're going to do a film with it. And you know, all of the money is going to go back to these people. So
Well, that's great. It
very
must give you
exciting.
great personal satisfaction
It
to be able to do
does.
that.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. Let me take a break here, and you're gonna do another number for us?
Yes,
We got everything working
of
over here now.
course.
All right. Everything's repaired. We'll be right back. Woods, my sponsor. And once again, there's the unique talent of Roberta Flack.
Nobody feels any pain. Tonight as I stand inside of the rain, everybody knows baby's got new clothes. Lately I've shown my ribbons and my bows and my problems from my curls. The Queen Mary is my friend, and I believe I'll go and see her again. Nobody has to guess Mary won't be blessed till she finds out she's just like all the rest, with her problems, her amphetamines and her pearls. And she takes like a woman, and she makes love just like a woman, and she aches just like a woman, but she breaks off like a little girl. And it was raining there at first, and I was dying of thirst, so I came in here. And a long time trust, it hurts, but what's worse is this pain in here. I can't stay in here. Ain't it clear? Oh, I must admit that I believe it's time for us to quit. But when we meet again and we're introduced as friends, please don't let on that you knew me when I was hungry for you, and it was your world. And I take just like a woman, and I make love like a woman, and I act like a woman, and I break up like a little girl. La da da da
We'll be right back after this word with Alan Latham.